Hey guys, it's Teddy Herzog. I'm in the Mission District in San Francisco, getting to spend the week down here. And I just wanted to point out the extensive use of bicycles here in the Mission District in San Francisco. Even if you owned a car, even if you had a garage, the problem in San Francisco is if you're going somewhere, it's like, where are you gonna park? There's no parking left in San Francisco, so people have been forced to use their bicycles. And it's kind of an interesting juxtaposition to what's going on in Petaluma, because it seems like up until this point, very few people get around on a bicycle, because up until this point, it's just been so easy to use your car. But here in San Francisco, it's not easy to use your car. In fact, it gets more and more difficult. So people are bicycling around. There's the Mission Cliffs gym is right behind me, so you can see a pile of bicycles at the bike rack. They're there every day. I also want to point out here on Harrison Street, there's bicycle lanes, dedicated bicycle lanes. A fair number of the streets do have well demarcated, dedicated bicycle lanes. But I also want to point out, that car is not it, but you'll see people coming and going everywhere, to restaurants, to their houses, even to the gym, and Lyft and Uber, because again, you don't want to have to park. It's just too much trouble. It's too expensive to even have a car. So a lot of people don't have a car, but if you do, it's not worth the trouble to try and get in and go somewhere and park. So what does this have to do with Petaluma? Right now we've got plenty of parking still. It's getting tighter. Traffic's getting thicker, but we can still drive around. I just want to point out what the future looks like when your city, your town gets to a point where there's too many cars, not enough parking. What happens is people adjust. People come up with obvious alternatives, and those alternatives include bicycle. Those alternatives include walking. People here in San Francisco walk more than people walk in Petaluma, my observation. There's electric scooters, there's electric bikes that you can just rent. The BART underground train system is maybe 6 blocks from where I'm standing, towards the west, 24th Street and Valencia, is it? And then 16th Street. Actually, it's Mission, between Mission and Valencia is where the BART station is, on 16th Street. I'm standing at between 18th and 19th Street on Harrison. So maybe I'm rambling, sometimes I do that. But the point is, when you run into a situation where you get too many cars, people don't die, the city doesn't dry up and blow away, people find alternatives. And those alternatives are riding a bike, walking, using the public transit system, using electric scooters, etc. So it's kind of fun for me to be here. Number one, I like studying big cities, and I like seeing a well-developed set of alternatives to the car. It shows the way to the future. It shows where the future will be for Petaluma, and probably not the too distant future, as we get more and more cars in our town, and probably parking's not going to increase. So people will begin to find it's easier to find alternatives to using your car. And here's what that looks like in San Francisco.